America, right? But what is the culture? Bro, let me educate you. Every culture starts from a language, a tribe. Every tribe have a language. What is it? Apart from English, what other language do Americans speak? The black Americans. The Mexicans in America speak Spanish. They have something they speak outside English. The Asians the Chinese, everybody speak their language outside English. What do you speak? What is the trace of your culture you're talking about? What is American culture? I want to know, what is the black American culture? I keep hearing this culture. Bro, the black Americans are the culture, maybe baby mama culture, single women having 3 kids. That's probably their culture. Or the numbers of the highest incarcerated black young men in America. That's their culture. I don't know. Is it the pim culture? The gang banging culture? Is that the culture? Bro, the black American culture is about wearing, let's say, wearing the Nikes, they want to be on the trend game. These are the culture. But I don't know why the black Americans feel like they should be the center of black people around the world, or they should be the face of black people around the world. Why? Bro, you can have your face. See, you don't even have to declare yourself that you are not African, you are not African American. Bro, nobody give a flying damn about what you think about yourself. That's your own opinion and your own mentality, your own narrative of everything, how you are. That nobody cares. But bringing all your fights about Africa, bro, I don't get it. You talk about culture every time. What is the culture? I want to know. Genuinely, I'm asking. The hip hop. You want to say the hip hop? The music is your culture. I don't get it. Eminem is not black, but he do more hip hop probably than the black Americans. I don't get the culture you're talking about. Maybe because you guys dominate the basketball, the sports game in America. You guys dominate. Is that the culture? Sport is not culture, bro. Let me educate you. You don't have any language you speak outside English. You don't have a tribe. Culture has traces. You don't have any culture. But you always say culture. Bro, you don't have culture. Your culture is about dressing, looking nice, and wearing Nikes. They will tell you that they have the Nike. Bro, Nike is owned by a white man. I want to educate you on that too. The Nike is owned by a white man. They will tell you, hey, Michael Jordan.
If you're not black, just keep scrolling. This video is for my African Americans and African brothers and sisters. Specifically for us, I am so confused. Why am I seeing that on August 1st, African Americans, or a specific African American, has forged a protest against African businesses, from African restaurants, African braiding salons, anything that is African owned. They have started a campaign that on August 1st, we as Black Americans will be boycotting these businesses. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us just as a people, as Black Americans, African Americans? What is wrong with us that it makes sense to boycott African businesses because you may have had a bad experience with a African business? You've also had a bad experience with an Asian business. You've had a bad experience with a white business. You've had a bad experience with an Hispanic business, and so on and so forth. Where's the energy for those businesses that continuously come into our communities and disrespect us? But you want to start a war, a beef, continue a beef with Africans? Like, make it make sense. We are all one. Sure, we can distinguish ourselves as African American or African, but they look at us all the same. They don't look at an African and say, oh, you're African. They don't look at me as an African American and say, oh, she's an African American. No, she's a nigga. They all the same. So what sense does it make that we are boycotting our own people? Sometimes we can really be our own worst enemy. They don't even need to do anything to divide us. There's nothing more that they need to do. We can complete the mission ourselves. The self-hate, because that's what it is. It's self-hate. There is no way I don't even know how this thing even got legs. How did this even get legs? You got people agreeing with it, like, yeah, when I go into the hair braiding shop, that's why black women ain't got edges, and that's why black women got bald spots or losing hair because they braid so tight. What? That's the reason why you're boycotting them? Because you made a choice to let somebody braid your hair a certain way and you didn't get the desired results? So that's justification to boycott an entire community of people? Like, y'all dumb. I say it all the time to my friends and family. The majority of people are stupid. And I mean that with my whole entire chest. Y'all are some dumb, ignorant people. Because this don't make no goddamn sense. How you boycott your own people when you got people, other races, other communities that have done far worse to us than we do to each other? But you want to sit here and boycott your own people. I don't even have no more words because I'm really going to go off and get to cursing on here, and I don't need to be doing all that. Y'all need to grow up and do better. Matter of fact, let's make August 1st, you do go to an African business. If there's an African beauty supply, if there's an African, I don't know, corner store, whatever kind of business it is out there that an African may have, go ahead and make sure y'all frequent it on August 1st. Let's counteract this ignorance because this is stupid. So goddamn dumb.
About to be a rant, so hold on. Africans, come to the front. There is no way in hell y'all gonna sit y'all at any kind of council, any kind of union, any kind of convention and state that y'all deserve reparations. Have y'all lost your entire minds? You are not finna co-op anything that black people in America, descendants of slavery, descendants of chattel slavery, have gone through. The only that's gonna get goddamn reparations is us. Matter of fact, y'all need to be paying us reparations for actually selling us off and being part of that. I really think y'all off y'all rockers. Just because you came to America does not mean you deserve reparations. Y'all sounding like white folks at this goddamn point. I swear, black folks can't have, and I mean African Americans, not Africans. The disrespect, the level of disrespect that y'all have for us and what our ancestors have gone through is baffling. You don't deserve reparations. If you was born in Africa and you came here for a better life due to us getting our civil rights and opening the door for us, you don't deserve shit. You got what you needed. You got a fucking green card. You got a visa. You brought your family over here. Good for you. But that's where the bus stops at. Try that if y'all want to. Y'all gonna really see some division. Y'all need to start figuring out how y'all gonna pay African Americans reparations right along with white folks in this country. That's what y'all asses need to do. Y'all done ran up my goddamn blood.
So we were able to hear those videos, right? And I made sure to put the African guy directly at the front because, again, this is the main focus. I get a lot of comments all the time where people want to say that, oh, you black Americans, you're always focused on Africans. And no, we're not. No, we're not. No, we are not. No, we're not. Again, nobody asked this guy his opinion. Nobody asked him to be a part of the conversation or anything. He decided that he wanted to display his ignorance for everybody to see. And this is the main thing that black Americans keep talking about. Let me make this very simple. We have black scholars out here who have studied American culture and have studied the other culture, which is black American culture. And they've studied how far integrated our culture is interwoven into American societies. We have books, we have documentaries. In some instances, you have some courses that may also go over this, depending on where you happen to go to school and different things of the such. You have young black Americans who can explain these things directly to you. You have black elders who are still around, that have been around longer than a lot of us. Some of them are in their 90s at this moment in time. So they were able to see a lot of transitions, changes, and timelines from their experience, from their point of view. And again, any of these Africans who want to get on social media, they want to prop up and position themselves as if they really know something, or they're really trying to educate people about black Americans. If they really wanted to know as genuinely as they're trying to make it seem online by doing these videos while they're being disrespected, talking out of the side of their neck, being massively disrespectful to black Americans, they could easily reach out to any of those people, some of which even have TikToks. Because again, it's a little bit baffling to me that somebody such as him that knows how to work a cell phone doesn't know how to DM a black American, that he feels would be educated and knowledgeable enough to educate him on this specific topic and the subject. Again, these people don't want to know. They don't care anything about that, because all this is content for them at the end of the day. It's a clip. It's content. It's a way for them to sit up there and make money. It's a way for them to escape whatever realities that it is that they have. It's a way for them not to talk about specifically what's going on in their country and in their area. Like I said, it's crazy to me. That's like, so in the reverse, as he was trying to say about Black Americans, right? That we don't have no culture. So that's like me trying to boil down your culture, right, to eating some wildlife directly out there, which is crazy. Like some monkeys, right? Just frying them up, dishing them up, stuff of that nature. Talking about the fact that you got areas there in Africa where they erase albinos from existence because they believe certain types of things about albinos, and then they use those things for other types of things. It'd be like me trying to dwindle down your culture to just kidnapping girls. What was it, like 200-300 schoolgirls or whatnot, or whatever were missing at a moment in time? It would be like me trying to dwindle down your culture to the fact of how it is that y'all treat women and what y'all do to them at very young ages, surgically speaking, right? It'd be like me trying to dwindle down your culture to the fact that you literally have an area of Africa of which that only women reside. And that is because of what the African men have done. That is because a lot of those women have come from worn, torn areas. Like I said before, it's crazy to me how it is that a lot of you guys can come directly out of the side of y'all mouths and y'all want to speak so incredibly harsh when it deals with Black Americans. Again, more than likely the way that he's talking, he don't know anybody that's Black American. Because if he did, his whole voice, his demeanor would be vastly different. But again, as I stated before, right, where he wanted to talk about the fashion and the culture, when I look at this dude speak and even talk, I'm looking at, he's wearing a cap. I'm like, okay, that's not African. I'm looking at the shirt that he wears. I'm like, that's not African. And I'm pretty sure the pants that he's wearing, that's not African either. I know that Africa has, in many different parts, they have their own garbs, their own cloths, right? Their own traditional wares. When I look at this person speak, the only identifier is basically the phenotype, physically how he looks, and also how it is that he's speaking. Other than that, whatever he's wearing is not speaking African to me. That's looking directly as if he took something from a Black American shop and decided to put it on, and he just did that for the day. And again, this is how a lot of these Africans dress directly in the UK. And y'all run around here and want to open your mouths and say that Black Americans don't have a culture. We are the culture. You want to sit up there and say that, oh, Black Americans think that they are the culture. We know we're the culture because we can look at everybody else who is melanated and how it is that y'all are dressing. Like I said, this just to be respectful, right? This is how I look at everything. If you have your culture and you're so proud of it, you should be dressing in that culture every single day. Like I said before, it wasn't that long ago that I probably got some pictures somewhere. I was sitting up there. I had my kente cloth, on. I had things directly from some African shops. Like I said before, all of this was taking place and stuff was in sort of like a lull or a la la land sleep type of deal, right? I still got all of that stuff directly in my closet, right? Because again, my whole main thing was that was my way of showing love, support, and respect for the African people directly out there. That was my way to sit up there and in a sense reach out, right? And again, show some type of love. But as I've seen directly online and in other places, that doesn't mean anything. That means very little. Very, very little. But going back to what I said before, to be respectful to the culture, you should be dressing as you would normally dress back home. And I'm talking about it shouldn't be westernized at all. You should be wearing your natural, normal garbs. Like I said, y'all got fantastic cloths there. Fantastic natural cultural garbs. Like, yo, some of the stuff that they rocking, I'm like, that's pretty cool. I'm like, why ain't y'all wearing it here in America? I'm like, y'all got some cool type of clothes here. I'm like, why don't y'all want to wear that? Like I said, the vibrance, right? How colorful it is. But again, when they come to America and other places, you don't see them rocking none of that. And I'm like, that's crazy to me. Because when I look online and I look at y'all naturally there at home in that land, y'all rocking that. Y'all wearing that. Y'all going out, you know, celebration, birthdays, whatever it is, in-house, outside the house, whatever. Y'all wearing that. But when y'all happen to get to societies that are westernized, aka that they are Eurocentric European, magically y'all decide to forego that and leave that at home. Why is that? Or even in some instances in Africa, y'all will leave that buried somewhere under a tree. And you will opt to dress very westernized. Very interesting. Funny how that works. But yet Black Americans don't have no culture though. We don't have no influence. We don't have, you know, pretty much a type of say-so, you know, when it deals with a lot of things. And then you want to sit up there and bring up Eminem as if that is the only rap artist directly out here. That's the only person, because they're white, that's the only person that you can think of. You can't highlight or think of nobody else of the recent decade. We just recently had Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl, and the main person that you wanted to go directly to is Eminem and list him. He was like, Eminem, you know, he's hip hop. He does, you know, more hip hop, more rap than African American. Are you smoking crack, my man? Where are you coming from? Where? What stats do you even have at this moment in time? Eminem is sitting back somewhere just chilling. He's relaxed. He's a sleeping dragon. He don't do nothing or bother nobody up until people say his name like Candyman. That's how Eminem pulls up. Other than that, he's just sitting back there relaxing. Marshall Mathers is sitting back there just relaxing. That's it. He does the same thing Pusha T does up until somebody says something. And people been saying stuff about Pusha T. So this is why you see Pusha T out there rapping. And now he got his brother out there. So now he got the clips back. Hey, it be like that. But like I said, I can name quite a variety of Black American rappers, both old, both of this generation, and both of a previous generation. Because again, Black American, I can do that. These people don't know anything about that because they refuse to even study anything. They think that they're standing on point and they're not. You're all over the place. You can't even break down what it is that you're saying. Like, that's how stupid it is. Like, Jesus, man, Jesus. And y'all wonder why it is that Black Americans are online saying the stuff that they're saying. You wonder why it is that Black Americans are giving rebuttals back to back to back to back to back. And again, this is why I keep doing these videos. Because a lot of y'all just keep talking stupid. And then y'all come to my comment section and have a problem with me or want to troll the people in my comment section. But yet y'all don't got no type of smoke for when these Africans or whoever else want to pull up to the scene and start trying to spark whatever with Black Americans. Like I said, y'all some clowns. All of y'all some clowns. 100%. It's a straight circus directly in here. Clowns. Shout out to the Backyardigans. Like I said, straight clowns. Straight clowns. But if it's going to be a circus, I'll be the ringleader. I'll make sure to sit up there and give y'all direction. Y'all going to be playing y'all parts in each little box that I put y'all directly in. Because that's what y'all want to do. So I'm gonna treat it just like we treat it, but it ain't gonna be no Siegfried and Roy where the tiger is gonna sit up there and decide to charge at me and take off my face. We ain't doing that. we ain't doing that. Nope. Like Dr. Umar said, some of them gotta get put down for good. That's what we're gonna be doing. Let me tell you, we ain't doing that. But anyways, that clip is always funny, but it's true. But anyways, like I said before, everything is completely crazy. Black Americans only respond when people decide to poke and prod at Black Americans. That's all it is. And that's all it'll ever be. If you leave us alone, everything else will cease to exist. You know, we'll just be off in our own little spot somewhere in the universe. Up until that point, here we are, face to face. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything. I'll listen in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.